Hello, my friends. Today, I'd like to talk about the home buying process. So this video will be catered more to the buyers. I would like to answer some important questions buyers have: how to start the process, what to do, what to look after. And I'd like to talk to you how to make the process of buying a house as painless as possible. Because I'll be with you all the way through, from the initial consultation to the very end when I'm going to give you the keys, and even after. All right, let's start with the initial consultation. That's the first step in our process. We are going to meet, and I will definitely tell you more about what I do, how I help buyers to get their dream home. And at the same time, I will ask you a very important question. What's important to you in looking for a home for you? When is a good time to buy a home? When you're ready. That's the most important thing. And don't look at the market. The market can go up and down, but if you're ready for it, we'll find you the best house possible in this particular market. All right, let's go back to initial consultation. During the initial consultation, not only you can ask me a profound question about my expertise, but also I would ask you questions to get to know you better. I need to know your needs. I need to know what's important for you in the house, what kind of house you're looking for, what areas it's important for you, and many other things. Beside that, I will definitely tell you a huge no's. I would never allow to buy a house which is near power lines, busy streets, in the backyard of the school. It's never going to happen. At the same time, I will ask you other questions. What else is important for you in the house? Are you looking for the house with open floor plan or more enclosed ones? How many bedrooms it's a must to have, and what your wish list? So whether it's important for you to have an office in the house in addition to bedrooms, or if you need to have a bigger backyard or a smaller backyard, if you interested in buying a house versus condo or townhome. So everything will go over during the initial consultation, and after that I'll be able to conduct a search as close as possible to your criteria. Beside that, what's important to know? Initial consultation, it's not only a discussion about what's important for you in the house or how ready you are in terms of financial preparedness. Are you pre-approved already? Are you looking for an experienced lender? Definitely, I'll be able to provide you a consultation, not as a lender, but as a person who knows very reliable lenders and be able to connect you together. And only after you'll go through the process of pre-approval, sometimes even better to go through the approval process, and the lender will be able to explain to you how to do it. Only then we can seriously start looking for a house. Because why would I waste your time if you're not pre-approved or financially not ready? It's better to do it right than to be upset when I cannot deliver what I can promise you. We'll go over many different things, because a buying home should be a very positive experience. So when we'll go through the approval process and I'll start preparing you a list of houses to go and look at, then we'll go into nitty-gritty details of the house's structure, what to look for in the house, because honestly, when I'm walking in the house, I can smell it, I can feel it, and I'll be able to tell you whether it's the right house for you or not. Definitely, it's always two-way communication, because I'll be very attentively listening to your not only questions, but also looking at your reactions. Because most of the time when I am preparing, especially the first list of houses for us to look at, I'm trying to get as close as possible to the criteria you gave me. But when we'll go and start looking at the actual properties, then I can always tweak those criteria search, because you will give me an opportunity to learn more about your wants and needs. So the next time we'll meet, the list might be much, much shorter because the first time around, definitely the list of houses to look at, let me say this, it depends on the market. But normally, and right now, we are not quite in balanced market, but the market is a little bit seller's market, but in some areas it's already buyer's market. And it's awesome because we don't need to rush through the process. We can just discover what's important for you and go and look at the houses when you can. Not only when the market dictates, go and run and rush through the house. The very first list of properties for you to look at, it could be a longer one. But once we'll go through the process and I'll introduce you to several properties and I'll learn more about your needs and wants, the list will become shorter and more precise, because I'm not interested in sending you lots of properties just to show that I am constantly looking at the market. No, I am valuing your time. That's why I'd like to take you only to the places which might come as close as possible to your criteria. Let's say the next step. We found the house. Hooray! You all happy? Now it's time for us, or actually for me, to introduce you to the forms, to the process of how the offer is written and what kind of protections are there for you to sleep peacefully at night, knowing that if something goes wrong, you have the way out. Because in every transaction, when the offer is signed around, there are earnest money. Earnest money is a small deposit, literally small, nothing is small nowadays. But it's amount of money which needs to be deposited into the escrow. It's one of the company which will accompany us throughout the whole transaction. And all the contingencies are there to protect your earnest money. Let's go over contingencies. Number one and most important one, it's inspection. Times and times, again, I learned that even if the seller provides you the inspection report, we still have to do our own inspection, because there could be some things which were not found by the original inspection in the house. And plus, if you, especially first-time home buyers, I'd like you to talk to the inspector, and I'd like inspector to explain to you everything what was found in the house, because there are minor things, and definitely minor things you will see in many different, houses, and that's not something you really need to pay attention to because it's cosmetics. But we're talking about the major problems, because there are certain components of the property which should be in workable condition, because that's cost money to maintain it, to replace it. Number one is the roof, and the inspector, after the inspection is done, will be able to tell you what's the quality of the roof is, what's the life expectancy of the roof is, what needs to be done in order for this roof to have a longevity. Now, deciding, it's another thing. And I can go over all these different components of the house in details, but there is no need. So the most important thing for you right now to know that the inspection is a must, and we will always be doing the inspection together, and the inspector will explain to you in details what the condition of the house is. If something is going terribly wrong with inspection, that's when I take you out of this transaction, because there is no way we are going to continue with the purchase of that house. If we're talking about the major repairs, after the inspection is done, we'll move into the next step, financing and appraisal. When we identify the property, in order for me to know that you are not overpaying for it, and by the way, I'm a great negotiator. I love negotiating with the sellers, only because I know that in today's market, finally I can do it. There have been so many years when we had to pay more and give more. Not anymore. Right now, the market is mellowed down. Let me say that. But in order for us to know if the house is priced right, I am going to prepare for you a market analysis for this particular house. And pretty much I'm doing it as appraiser is doing it. Well, first of all, what I will do for you, I will analyze this particular property and I'll compare it with other properties, active and first of all, pending and sold in the last 90 days. And I will compare the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, the condition, and based on that, I will pretty much be able to tell you if the house is going to be appraised and if you are not going to overpay for it. After inspection is done and we agreed on the inspection and inspection mutual, we are proceeding with the appraisal. In parallel to when we are in the transaction, you'll start working actively with the lender you selected. What you can do, our lenders will be taking care of your financial aspect of this transaction, and the lender will order the appraisal. And when the appraisal is coming back, it's not very often, but sometimes it can happen. Let's say that appraisal comes in low. That's the reason we have an appraisal and financing contingency, because we can either renegotiate of the purchase price to the appraised value, we can get out of the transaction, and that's the way you're not going to lose your earnest money. That's the reason you need to have a professional agent, broker by your side who knows how to protect you. So appraisal is done, appraisal is over, and we are moving forward. So financing is going smoothly, and the file is with the underwriter. Underwriter is person in the lending institution who will make a decision whether you are qualified for loan or not. So the underwriting process is going very well. We checked all other documents, and before you guys going to sign documents in the escrow, we will go back to the house and we will do a final walkthrough. Final walkthrough is important because we need to make sure that the condition of the property we initially saw and when we prepared the offer is the same as at the end of the transaction. And normally it takes around 30 days from the beginning to the end for us to close the transaction. Anyhow, definitely that step never going to be omitted. We will always do a thorough walkthrough, and during the walkthrough, you can always tell me if you need or if you'd like to do some minor repairs, for instance, before you're going to move in the house. No problem. I'll be able to help you with contractors. I have reliable contractors who will be available for you before you are going to move in the house. The couple days before the closing of the transaction, the escrow is going to contact you, and definitely you will meet with the escrow person or with the notary to sign all the documents. And the day of the closing, when the transaction is released to record and recorded, voila, I'm meeting you at the door and I'm giving you the keys. So that's the process. And the process can be definitely stressful, but I will do everything in my power to make sure that it's a stress-free process where you're going to be notified about every step of the way in this transaction, and you'll know what to do next or what's expected from you. You might be renting right now. Not a problem as well, because first of all, during our initial consultation, I will ask you an important question. How long you still have on a lease? And either we can start working on identifying the property closer to the your lease expiration time. At the same time, I will start the process much earlier because I'd like you to be ready. I'd like to take you to different properties. I'd like to show you properties. So by the time your lease is coming closer to the end, you already learned about different houses, you already know what you're looking for, so we can jump quickly on the particular property and moving forward. That's why I will tell it's not a problem if you're renting, don't be afraid, it's just the communication, and the clear communication is the most important thing. For those of you who own the house but would like to upsize or downsize, not a problem at all. We will develop a plan. If you'd like to keep the house as an investment property, my company will be more than happy to help you with the process of how to become a landlord. You're never going to be kind of dropped out because we will help you with everything, including renting your property and while you're moving into a new home. Now, if you don't want to be a landlord, if you'd like to sell, also there is a way. Either if you are capable of buying and selling later, that's definitely a very good opportunity for you, not depend too much on the contingent offer, and I'll explain to you what contingent offer is. But at the same time, you can definitely buy a new property, and right after the transaction on buying your new home is over, we'll be putting your house on the market. And even before we'll put finish with the process of buying your new home, we will meet at your home. We'll identify the areas which needs to be addressed, and only after that, and it will be able to prepare the house for sale right away without any delays. When you move into your new home, it will be done. If that needs to be done after you moved in, also all the contractors will be lined up. And when the house will become empty and available, we will fix everything what we'll decide on fixing, and we'll put the house on the market, and sleep assured that we'll do everything possible so it will be smooth and productive. But if you have to sell the house before you buy a new home, there is a way to do it, and it's called contingent sale. And the market like today, it's very possible, because you are not going to be closing on the transaction on buying a new home unless you sold your property. And there is also a way how we're doing, how we're presenting the offer, and it's not complicated at all, and I've done it many times. So that's a good opportunity for you to upgrade the house or downgrade the house, and not to be worried about what will happen if I won't be able to sell my property. Great, guys. So that's probably it for today. I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information. The most important thing you need to know that I'm there for you always. You can call me anytime. I will always pick up my phone. I will always guide you through, and you're never going to feel that you are there alone by yourself. If you like this video, please like it. Also, you can watch it on YouTube. It will be posted on social media as well. And if you feel that you need more in-depth consultation, I am just a short phone call away. So if I skipped some of the questions, you can always write your questions in the comments section. I am Rita Levin with Levin Moncastro Group. I've been doing this for more than 25 years. I know a lot, and I am there for you to help you to find your dream home.